Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. I'm Sharice Gibson. For years, we've been telling you about private building inspectors and how they can allow hidden dangers in home construction projects. The issue is front and center again with the federal indictment of Randy Farrell, the owner of the largest private building inspection company in the state. Chief investigative reporter David Hammer joining me now in studio to explain this has been an extensive investigation.
Yeah, Sharice, you'll recall that when Randy Farrell and his company IECI and Associates were charged by a federal grand jury last month, the focus was on allegations that Farrell bribed New Orleans Mayor LaToya-Cantrell and her top deputy, Gilbert Montano. But there's another part of this story, and it raises questions about whether residents are safe in their own homes.
Dr. Christopher Marrero and his wife Shannon worked hard to build their dream home on the New Orleans lakefront.
After speaking with several people, we decided to tear down the home we were in and build a brand new one.
But they say it was far from what they dreamed, or even what was on the architectural plans.
You know, the plans call for hardy board on the soffits, and it's done in vinyl. The garbage disposal wasn't connected, ventless fireplace, and the chimney was never built.
Most disputes between homeowners and contractors are nothing newsworthy. Homeowners sue alleging shoddy work. Contractors file liens claiming non-payment. But usually, both sides can count on local government inspectors to be there, at least catching any safety violations. Not in the Marrero's case.
There was questions as to whether the venting of the some of the fans in some of the bathrooms were done properly. There's one in one water closet that has a fan vent. It goes into the attic, and that's where it terminates, in the attic. Does not connect to the outside.
The inspector even took a picture of a gas valve inside a fireplace and signed off on it as safe and up to code.
So once it's on and that thing's on fire, how do you turn it off?
Only you'd have to reach back in there somehow.
Into the fire?
Into the fire.
What Marrero didn't realize until it was too late is that his contractor had hired a third-party inspector to check the safety of his work. A third-party inspector from IECI and Associates. Our Hidden Dangers investigation in 2021 found third-party inspectors hired by contractors handle a majority of residential inspections in the New Orleans area, and almost all of those inspectors work for IECI. Since then, 4 current or former IECI inspectors have been charged with felonies for allegedly falsifying building permits or inspections. 2 of them have already gone to prison for those crimes. And now IECI and its owner, Randy Farrell, have been charged with bribing New Orleans Mayor LaToya-Cantrell and other city officials, allegedly so they could keep a fake inspection scheme going for years.
The egregious things that we found on our property, and some of which were dangerous, that were clear violations of code, were just glossed over and given the okay by this same company.
And yet, IECI continues to do inspections across the area. Farrell is still a certified building official with the Construction Code Council. Lindsay Satterley tore down her childhood home in Metairie to build her dream house.
Basically just turned into a nightmare at this point.
She hired the same contractor the Marreros did, Creative Builders.
And we started to notice several problems with the roof, windows on the front of the house, the stucco was the wrong color, lots of big problems. So this is completely sideways. So it's not even flat like it should be. So when we try to put sheetrock, there's no way to sheetrock this.
Right.
The contractor's attorney alleges the Satterleys violated their contract by locking Creative Builders out midway through the project in December 2022. In July 2023, Jefferson Parish sent its own code inspector to review the work. What he found went way beyond aesthetics. Missing rafter supports, ceiling joists running the wrong way, sagging beams.
To fix and correct the deficiencies, we are getting estimates between $700,000 and $825,000. We've already paid almost $650,000 into the house.
Like at the Marrero house, work at the Satterleys home was approved by IECI. Federal prosecutors allege IECI created hundreds of allegedly fraudulent inspection reports, and that, Marrero says, has real consequences for real people.
The victims turn out to be the homeowners who get stuck with something that's either unusable or unsafe.
Now, in August, the Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office arrested Creative Builders owner Adam Bertuglia on account of contractor fraud and 2 counts of filing false public records. Bertuglia's attorney says he can't comment on those allegations, but it's the Satterleys and Marreros who made false claims because they owe his client money. Also, it's important to note, while IECI did inspections at both of those houses, Bertuglia's arrest has nothing to do with the federal bribery case against IECI.